What was that? The booty trumpet?
Yeah!
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you blew the booty trumpet?
What's that?
Sing your song.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what if we did this for
Down came the rain and
Wash
washed the spider out.
out.
Out came the sun. What are you talking? You singing two songs. You sung Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and Itsy Bitsy Spider all in one?
Yeah.
That stunk. You farted, man. It stinks. Booty trumpet, man. What's your name?
Yeah.
Drea? How old are you? Do you know?
Oh.
You're old? How old are you? Old. You are funny. All right, say bye to your people.
Bye.
I mean, this is crazy. I don't know how we got here. I mean, it's like, I feel like my girl said I'm pregnant, and then boom, there you are. Well, that little dot inside the circle. But anyway, a few weeks go by, and then we find out you're a girl. And well, to be honest, the first thought that goes to my mind was,
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Mr. Burnett. I'm Reggie.
What you doing here?
I came to take out Megan.
What?
I came to take out Megan.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Burnett.
Motherfucker, you look 30.
scared the living hell out of me. I don't know why it made no sense, but to me, the first thought that goes to my mind is like 15-year-old boys. Like, no way. And I know it was ridiculous. I mean, to me, sitting here thinking about dating and you weren't even born yet was pretty ridiculous. But, I mean, it was my truth. And the fact is, when I talked to other dudes about it, they kind of told me similar stories. But anyway, I think a deeper part is that women, when they're having a baby, they're feeling the change, right? You're feeling your body go through this change. And men, you can conceptualize the idea that you have a kid coming, but you really don't feel it. I think I felt it the most when I saw the first sonogram that looked like a baby. And I remember feeling like, oh shit, that's a whole baby. And then fast forward and time's moving and the baby's growing and belly's growing and everything's fine and healthy, and then it's like, I'm in labor. And at that point, it is all the way real. Like, this baby's coming. Like, there's no refund. It's coming. So you prepare yourself as mentally as you possibly can, and you're nervous and you're thinking about all these things. She was in labor for 36 hours. Some of the most stressful time of my life. I mean, it was super long. And I mean, I can just see how she felt, but I couldn't imagine how she was feeling. And she did it natural at that. I mean, it was insane. I mean, the strength she showed was incredible. But then, after all the craziness, you were here. You were here super healthy, 10 fingers, 10 toes, the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, I remember just watching them lay you on the table and then measuring you and getting all your, vitals and just watching you breathe for the first time and watching your lungs trying to figure it out. And I mean, it was insane. It was beautiful. And at that moment, I've never been so deep in love. I think one of the other parts, I remember talking to my cousin Marcus about this, and was like, when it was all said and done and the hoopla sets down and the people that come visit you and they're all, congratulations and it's all this cheerful moment. But when it's done and you have to go home, it's like, all right, take this baby home. And it's like, what? Like, wait, we just leave with this baby? Like, there's no manual, there's no nothing. You just gotta go and figure it out. But I will say, I think for the most part, your parental instincts kind of kick in and you kind of know what to do. But it's still really hard. But then you gotta ask yourself, like, anything worth having is worth working for and fighting for. So, I mean, it was fairly normal, but it was definitely a difficult task, and I'm glad I went through it. I showed so much love to this kid, and what I realized, men, you need to understand something. When this baby comes out, it's in full survival mode, right? It could care less about you. It's about mom and eating. That's it. I was the most non-important thing in the world. And that was stressful. It was really a weird thing that you wanted to bond. I wanted to bond with her, but it had its limitations, right? You know, she can't really see that well. She's just, you know, it's kind of an adjustment period for her as it is for you. So I try to always tell people it probably takes about 2 months or so for them to kind of, you know, they see a little bit better. You become this person that they see all the time. Then you become fun. Then at that point, you become the coolest guy in the room. Let's just be honest. And that bond that we have, you know, the bond that we have as a 2-year-old right now, I mean, this is when it really started. You know, we spent so much time together. I've never missed a day of your life, you know. I mean, we hung out together. We watched TV. We've changed diapers. We taken naps together. I mean, we've done everything. I mean, it's the best time, you know. This is when the work's really put in. I mean, the amount of things that I've taught you, you've taught me just the same. You know, my patience has grown. You definitely become a lot more compassionate and caring of just like every little thing. You know, it's weird. It's like having your heart outside of your body just running around. Like, you know, you just become so like protective of like every little thing, every person. You know. But it's an incredible time, you know, watching you grow and experience things for the first time and watching somebody just pure and open and absorbing everything that you do and everything that you say. It's incredible, you know, because you really get to see the power you have over the things that you create in this world and also the damage you can do if you're not aware of your circumstance. I mean, but then we fast forward, right? You grow. You continue to grow. And it's like, we look up and it's like, it's 3 months, it's 4 months, it's 5 months, it's 6 months. And you're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm just watching this girl, you know, come to life. And slowly but surely, your personality comes out. And you're really starting to see the person that you are in your heart and your compassion and how silly you are and creative and brave and strong and all these different emotions and all these different personality traits. I mean, you're my kid for sure. You know, watching the part of me that you are and the part of your mom you are as well. I mean, it's a beautiful experience. But for sure, man, seeing your personality pop out and how silly you are.
What are you doing?
Kid is just...
You're crazy.
Watching how funny you are
You're
is like
crazy.
a real thing. Like, this kid is hilarious.
Clap, don't pretend.
But then mom being mom, all of a sudden you have a job, right? You're 7 months old and you start this modeling career with daddy taking you to work and we're getting on the train and we're both exhausted. But then you start booking your first job and we've done tons from Macy's to Carter's, Children's Place.
Baby girl. It's you.
Primary Colors to Ralph Lauren. And the Gap. Which the Gap seemed to love you the most because you shot with them, it seemed like 3 times a week. I mean, they definitely loved you, which is crazy because you ended up being really good at what you did with no experience and, I mean, just kind of seemed to be a natural at it, which was incredible within itself. And with all this going on, all I can think about is just how brave and smart you are and just how talented. And it seemed at an early age, like literally the idea of you can do whatever you want just seemed like 100% the truth. I mean, there was nothing you couldn't do, and you adjust the situation so well and read people and get along with anybody and can make friends everywhere is an incredible thing. And I love every part of it. But you worked hard. You worked real hard. We definitely were tired, for sure. And yeah, you never got Hollywood, so no paparazzi. But yeah, you've never got Hollywood, which is a great thing, right? But despite it all the work that we did, the number one thing that we did do is we had fun. And you love to have fun. I mean, that's probably the best thing, especially as silly as I am and as silly as you are, there's always a party going on, for sure. I mean, everything down to your first marshmallow, to your first steps.
I see.
To me being your first Valentine. To Jamboree. I mean, we've done it all. Birthday parties. To learning how to spit. Which is still pretty hilarious, but to going to the beach for the first time. Hanging out with cousins, which you and Kyra are pretty inseparable. But we've had tons of fun. To putting ridiculous outfits on yourself. Going to a pumpkin patch for the first time. Hilarious. Teaching you manners with the cat.
Nice.
Because you seem to abuse him quite often. But we're learning, so don't judge. But throughout all of this, I just realized that, mom and dad, we're pretty good parents for the first time. We're figuring it out.
Or no. Well, it's a little mix of both. Yay! Good play. That's a good play. Good play.
We're figuring it out, and I feel like we're doing well. All the way down to hanging out with Papa. Your first birthday as Wonder Woman. Her birthday is the day before Halloween, so we've kind of run with this theme of costumes. Or even crazier, I remember flying back from Atlanta and she just having the most difficult time possible getting on the flight. And when we got on the flight, maybe the first 30 minutes or so on the flight, she was just absolutely insane. And I remember the lady in front of us just being like, let me hold your baby. And the lady in front of us took the baby and started passing her around between other parents on the plane, and they just kept her quiet for the entire flight. And she loved it. I mean, this is pre-COVID, obviously, but she loved it. And it was just like that type of just like ability to go with anybody and like, I'm cool and just need to change a little bit of scenery, and it was incredible. I love how much of a party animal you are, and you're always down to dance somewhere. We took a road trip to Pittsburgh, and I remember just stopping over at a rest stop and just seeing the world together, and you asking tons of questions, and
Our road trip to Pittsburgh was a success.
Trying to be as inquisitive as you
On our
possibly
way
can
home.
be. And I mean, it was beautiful.
Watching traffic.
Let's fast forward. You know, on another note, I just want to say, like, the whole narrative of, like, black men not being fathers, I find pretty ridiculous. I mean, every nationality or race or whatever has their, you know, parents who aren't parents. But to push this narrative that somehow we're way less fathers than everyone else is pretty ridiculous. I mean, all the black men that I know are super active in their kids' lives, and I mean, on an everyday basis with every detail of, you know, their kid growing and all the things that they're doing. So, I don't know. That narrative is pretty nonsense to me, and I think more relationships like ours should be celebrated. I love my family. You know, they love Dre unconditionally, and it shows.
Happy to be in the snow day.
Are you guys sledding? Oh!
I'm definitely glad that she has this unique perspective from both sides of her family and all different types of people and creeds and religions. She gets to see love her unconditionally. And that's dope.
Oh, that is beautiful. Twirl for me. Can I see a twirl? Wow. And a ballerina move. Can I see a ballerina move? What's a ballerina move? Whoa, that's a cool ballerina move.
Superhero!
Superhero. Okay, go. Fast you can.
So with all that being said, I love my daughter more than anything. She's the greatest gift that I've ever received and could ever receive. I'm happy. I love my family. I think me and Amanda do a good job. I think we do a great job of raising her and giving her, you know, hopefully all the tools she needs to succeed. And one day in the future, when she sees this, when she's hopefully a professional tennis player, I mean, that's what we're pushing, to be honest. But when she's happy and she's older and she has kids of her own, a family of her own, hopefully, Lord willing, she'll understand how much we love her. And thank y'all for watching. I know this video was long. It's probably pretty sappy too, but I just wanted to express how I feel and document it the best I could. But thank y'all for watching. Peace.